fine pick. But I think just the thought process is, you know, the K'Sante can tank a lot of that engage from the Arivi, has a decent matchup into the Jace, and now you have two nice frontline options with the Bruiser and the Pan. Are able to not just navigate the lanes, even build up leads. And now Bukata is here, but Caps and Skewmon are coming as well.
Hansama locked up, Bukata on the way down. Nice interrupt from the ball breaker from Skewmon. Crucial because now Hans feels that much safer. Caps here first. Weaver's wall.
Caps
there. Flash forward does not hit the flick back. An aggressive look how it progresses as we go through. This is just one best of three, but it's best of three that could qualify G2 immediately to playoffs. No more worrying about tiebreaker scenarios. Instead, you can worry about seeding and where you'll finish in that regard.
Never gets too tanky. Yeah. You always have that one-shot win condition. Ooh, that's Caps.
Finding out firsthand what I can do. Instant combo. They just point and click him.
And Caps was on a ward. He was on a ward, but he didn't know.
If he gets level 11 before using that ult, it's going to be up pretty damn fast.
Genex might be in trouble here with Skewmon looking to ulti.
Caps, Genex trying to get tricky. LeBron on the way, but he's not even needed. The wall is blocking him off. He is just spectating. He just showed up to watch a jungle mid tag team on the top side.
And this is that power of the Pantheon Talia. Utilizing both ultimates, they're able to take down Genex. And I thought maybe SK could hover him to provide some safety so I could catch this top wave, but they don't.
Camp, and he's managed to thread that needle so well.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why that hype, that reputation of being this promising rookie feels so well deserved, but need to see if he can transition that. Now as he may be caught out, nice initial setup. Wall coming in as Genex goes down a blast, but it's hitting Hansama on the backside. Luffy not certain if they can follow. Meantime, it's just Bukata getting deleted. Thought they had the angle to force the fight, but G2 were too ready to respond.
Bukata, as they now lose the Herald, Caps pushes in top, Reeker zoned from the top side as well. And the map is just looking more and more in the favor of G2.
That's terrifying. Just a second ago, we were watching Reeker pull off a successful play, but G2 immediately mirror it and now make a play of their own, punishing SK again for trying to force in the river. As Broken Blade walking face first to Kadui! Oh, that's rough. Tower aggro resets. The might is there. Q flash forward, gets the proc. Pathmaker's his way out. Broken Blade making it clean.
And that's the K'Sante moment right there as he takes down Kadui. Genex is able. So now Skewmon looking for Reeker.
Reeker, Charm, initial burst. Aegis Assault still there though to block follow-up damage. Skewmon manages to sidestep. Now the ult is finally there, but it's a little bit too late. Loopy retreating, trying to protect the team. Bukata in the midst of the fight. Gatling gun poking a bit for Kadui off to the side, but he doesn't do any damage. Broken Blade just getting tickled by this Corki. Now maybe he can escape. Q3 ready to go. Charm, they have so much CC. Now going unstoppable. Pathmaker, such a balanced ability, but SK have the damage to get that one done.
And it's such a close fight, and SK are the one able to pick up one kill.
Mid lane likely to break, and this is big if G2 can get the necessary damage down, and they will.
And Altagon being up as well. G2 might just look to pivot into it. But they're taking some poke here. Hurting them out.
Loopy, the flash over the Alistar! It's clean! Bukata now falling there, but Hansama off onto the backside of the fight. Skewmon desperately trying to escape. Ulti out from Hansama. He's still in it for an extra second, but Bukata finds the kill. Genex now involved as well. The Jace hitting hard. 2 dashes left for Reeker. Ready to follow, ready to go over the wall. Charm not gonna connect, nice sidestep from Broken Blade. That's the clean footwork. SK backing away, but getting the bot lane of G2.
Broken Blade wants to continue going, it looks like. That's no angle. Reeker hits this Charm. They could have done more, but it's still 2 kills onto G2.
Look back good, Genex is dead.
Hey, Genex!
Woo! And that's a caster curse, folks. We praised them, they had a great fight, and it immediately starts to crumble, although Broken Blade getting chunked out here.
Loopy is moving.
2-item Reeker, they can eventually kill him. I just don't know if they have enough time.
Oh,
be ready.
Is ulting in there.
Reeker now dashing out. Loopy might be the one in trouble. Caps versus Kadui off to the side. Loopy now frontlining Reeker, backstepping to give his support a way to escape. Caps going golden for a second. LeBron ready to go over the wall. LeBron fighting initial engage again, just getting dashed around, trying to use the minion to escape. Kadui already down, traded for LeBron, so positive for G2 in the end.
And G2 ends up splitting there a little bit as 4 members go into Kadui, but actually Ahri has the ultimate back up. This is Power Malignant. Maybe they can try to enter through bot side here.
Loopy in the pit. No ulti, Q3 ready for Broken Blade. Looking for the pullback, but it won't connect. Some poke from Genex, but not a ton. Drake getting lower. Both teams tied at 2-2. Not much of a fight here. SK can try and play around that bot of the pit. They will finally see that G2 are not on it. But one of the things we forget as spectators is SK just couldn't see it. And now they've overstayed, assuming that G2 had fully reset, and they did. It was just about 30 seconds ago. Bukata caught out, channeling. Luckily the Baron is unleashed and is not going to finish the job with the TP now coming in. Broken Blade has arrived to the party. The party might already be over. Charm there. I think unintentionally perfectly timed as he canceled the Pathmaker.
I'm not sure. I also think Zonius would be really poggers.
It is really poggers. Why Riot and Zion don't hold that thought? Aegis Assault goes in. Reaper looks for the fall. LeBron now trying to disengage. Decent damage in. Skumon is forced away from the fight briefly, but Kadui now locked up, and G2 has way better fall of damage. The flick back not going to connect. Kadui burning down to the ignite. LeBron grabbing that kill, and Caps now on the chase is Hansama. A killer instinct, determined to find it. Flash forward, flick back once again will not work, but Hansama,
he can auto-tank, baby! He's auto-tanking left and right with the Ghost! My goodness, Hansama getting damage in, and you love to see it. But SK, we're full sending it on a Pantheon. He's tanky, he has the E up. You can't kill him, and that's Nash for G2.
That sounds like coward talk to me, Jack Spectra, but maybe it's also winner's talk and good analysis, because you can see here how...
I thought for sure they would look to send it off to Caps or Hansama.
Late game scaler, Jace can hit like a truck if we get later, but it's only going to get harder to play this game because Hansama, when this kind of lead, gets to sit back and take his time as Broken Blade feels pretty unkillable. Ahri does true damage, but the only truth is she did.
Yeah, he feels pretty unkillable. He looks pretty unkillable. I think he is pretty unkillable.
So
you do feel?
I don't. Yeah, but you said you have to. I mean, I don't have to. I might have to. It's probably correct to feel that way.
You might be compelled.
I'm certainly compelled to feel that way. Hansama and G2 walking in. Baron down as well, of course, in the previous exchange. So it's only... They get the double super buffs in test, though, because, again, if you do anything other than more than just kind of wander in and see if you can get a flash, you could just lose the game right here. Midway pushing in with supers already for G2. Broken Blade off to the side, again, relatively unkillable. On the flank, nothing that SK can do. They need to try and find an angle. Caps now on a killing spree. Labrov going in, finds the two-man fall from Skumon there. Hansama charmed for a second, but now he just gets to rain hell down on those backliners. SK wanted a third Drake. It was not a good choice.
And G2 showing why they're still a top team. Roadshow be damned as they take down all of SK, and they're taking down the Nexus alongside it.
Impressive stuff. Early game, the lead for Gen X didn't end up mattering. The counter pick for bottom lane did not end up mattering. G2 weathered that storm, found better plays, found better fights.
Now Skumon and Hansama. Skumon building that individual lead, and Hansama great team fighting that really brought it home for G2, taking the series 1-0.
Incredible stuff, ending on a 10K gold lead. That win in front of a crowd. Feeling good.
Yeah, must feel great to be Skumon, you know, in front of your nation and performing beautifully. Very nice.
Yeah. Good stuff from G2. We'll see if SK can fire back in game 2. In the meantime, we're going to head to a quick break.
With the Caitlyn Braum, you have now the long range from the Caitlyn. It's not quite like a weak side, just leave it be and be done with it type of bot lane, but staying one more wave might be able to crash this and generate a CS lead on mid. Overall, despite the bot lane being quite a disaster with Caitlyn getting the early BF sword and MF only getting the Loopy is in top side.
Labrov close. Hansama and Labrov still will need to respect. Oh, but it's Broken Blade and Skumon coming from behind. The Drake might go down, but how much is it going to cost SK? Loopy off to the side. Hex Flash. Forward in. Shattering Strike still available. Hansama tries to flash out. He cleanses, but it's a little bit too late. Gen X now following. Wind becomes lightning. Hansama still standing. Flash over the wall. Not enough. First blood coming through. Labrov will barely be able to escape.
And G2 get caught unaware as they try to approach.
Or excuse me, Caps has been covered on the top side. You can see now Caps, despite not having any kills, 300 gold lead. Loopy backing away. Loopy overstayed a bit. Stunned there from the concussive blows. Yep, another goes through. They're going to donate the kill over to Hansama.
It's one of the things, maybe.
Have to move fast if they want to make it happen. They got 4 people. It's a bit desynced, though. They need Kadui in the area to lay down the ultimate. Broken Blade slowly walking away, going in onto Reeker. Lockup is there. Good counter-strike going through as well. Flash out from Broken Blade. It's not going to be enough. Kill finish. Kadui grabbing it. Well executed by SK.
And G2, because they decided to try to move to defend the
certainly life a little bit in gold, and now he's 700 gold ahead, despite not participating in the 1 kill. It's only 1 kill. Okay, it undermines the point. But point is, Caps is continuing to scale up, getting the time that he needs to farm on a side lane where Broken Blade and Labrov might be trouble here bottom lane. Leap through, gets a bit of CC down. Reeker tanking the tower, a bit unfortunate. Kadui now locked up Bukata on the way, and repeated dives coming in. Reeker free to fire. Wind becoming lightning. Reeker getting out. Ulti goes in from Hansama to clean up 1, though. But SK getting 2.
It's a 2-for-1 for SK, but G2, crucially, are able to siege up this top tower with the Rift Herald and get a tier 2 for Caps here, slowly building this gold lead for him.
Tech. G2 on the way in.
G2 are 3 versus 5 right now. Broken Blade is far and Caps is still very far away.
Trap onto Genix is okay. I guess they just believe in Skewmon to steal, but Loopy's gonna go in and try to start the fight, instantly locking him down the clone of the web, but Skewmon's already dead! Perfect combo! The confidence we waited 30 minutes for in game 1 has come full force here in game 2.
And this misplace of tempo from the G2 solo laners. As Rico tries to ult the end, but it doesn't end up making anything. But it's Caps trying to push out this top side. Oh, but G2 want to continue fighting here. SK Genx going in.
Lightning off to the side, still standing tall. Hansama on the way in. Caps doing decent damage. The fall from Bukana is lethal though. Kadui ready to go over the wall if he needs to. Flash in onto Hansama. Kadui unleashing. Double guns going through, but Broken Blade still stands for a second. SK get the fight. They just keep winning out.
And G2's in road shows. What is happening to them as they're just falling apart?
Bigger number does equal better. And right now, Kadui's got him up for his life. Skewmon going in. That MF is probably just dead. Every time we have a... Okay, just for the record, every time we go to a replay of SK doing anything...
The easiest way to throw this game is you start Atakan, or you get caught.
Right here. Okay, Caps does hit like a... Kadui, how did he get to the left cone? The edge! Oh, Caitlyn's got his eyes in his sight! That pirate is dead! Girl walking!
No! SK!
We've never caster cursed a team more than we have caster cursed this team. My God. G2 immediately going to get Otacon. The blast cone angle was wrong. They failed geometry. They failed trigonometry. It just did not work.
On the bright side for SK.
Stop bright-siding me! That was bad! That was terrible! They can't afford
They're able to get the mid tower. Kadui is spawning for the Drake. They should be able to get control.
G2 backing off. It's on the pink ward. SK, do they want to flip it? Going back to the team. Broken Blade moves to cover. Loopy taking decent damage. Bukana falling off on a Caps. Trying to get the easy out of the fight. He's almost going to get one shot, but not quite. Caps going back in. The bomber! Caps, but he goes golden. He buys a second, and Loopy might already be dead in the meantime. It might not matter. The Drake going down. G2 get it. Despite the knockback, despite Caps being on the bleeding edge, G2 take the fight.
And it looks so shielding. The Bomba puts Jax with the Counter-Strike on the heads of SK's carries as Broken Blade is.
Okay. And the flash. Oh, God. Okay,
let's never praise the team again.
Is this the only time to approach and play around these waves?
The traps as well. The trap line set up for Hansama here. The snatch goes down fast.
Rob there to cover 6K. Azir shreds this objective. 4 damage, but they're not even going to be able to get in the pit. SK, it's a little bit too late. Now G2 are set up for a great fight. Bukana getting deleted even with the ulti. Kadui throws down the ult, but it doesn't do any damage. Lebrov there to block it up. Skewmon now starting to spin, and he's certainly starting to win as well. Rika running. Extra shielding coming in. Needs to get the hell out, but it's not going to be enough. It just barely is. But he's barely back in his own jungle. G2, they got the objective. They got the fight. Rika will keep his life, but that's a damn high price to pay.
And G2 are just too damn strong. Great recovery from Caps this game. After a questionable early game that led to SK getting a few of the objectives, he's been farming up a Storm, and his impact in these team fights has been undeniable.
Yeah. I mean, credit to Hansama as well, too, right? All of the kills that went over, going over to Kadui, is what brought Gold back to being close, and now he's got a 2K lead.
True.
Managed to bring it back, and this is the point where this composition is easy. Sieging with Caitlyn, Braum, Azir.
Pretty chill.
Very chill. Trap line set up.
Now Caps is onto mid here as well. Nobody's even contesting him.
5 members, it looks like they want to try and force a man advantage, but in the meantime, the price of even trying to make that play is losing tier 3 mid.
Yeah, Caps just pushes so damn fast with his Nashers too. Immediately now he's able to continue pushing, but
Rieker behind, right into Hansama. Premier target cleanse already going down, but Lebrov is ready to body block the bomb, but taking him even closer. Rieker can't do it. Hansama's just too damn clean. Lebrov blocks what he needs to, and now Caps is looking to take out Kadui. Mid laners versus AD carries. Mid laners not having a great time, but Caps has backup from the team. Oh, and the Caitlyn to close it!
Oh my God.
Nowhere is safe.
Getting absolutely everything. They take down all of SK. Roadshow be damned. G2 are taking the series 2-0.
No hope left to sniff, Mr. Spectra. G2.
It's been sniffed out.
Yeah, it's been sniffed out. 12K lead. G2 dominant across the series. You can nitpick all you want, but on the day, by far the better team, a clean closeout.
And really credit to Hansama in that last fight. The way he maneuvered through Reeker's flank and just position, flash the rel, flash engage, absolutely beautiful.
Excellent, excellent stuff, right? And for SK, they're not out yet, but the 2-0 was the only way that they were guaranteed at least a tiebreaker. Now everything gets so much more difficult for G2. They're in. They've made it. Playoffs. It was a lingering doubt. It didn't feel possible. And it
there's a lot of skill expression for each individual player. Their engage is very reliant on Niski, which, given his track record on Nico, loves to make dives happen with Kana, try and get him that early kill so that he can then have all this agency in his lane. Because, I mean, speaking of ganks, here's Yike.
Yeah, Yike's on his way down towards the bottom side. Niski going to shape split, but stunned up with the Shield of Daybreak, and the Vault Breaker coming out. Niski flashes and is met with the Fist of Yike. First blood to Carmine Corp.
And just as I say it, Yike has to go and prove me wrong later into the game. Getting in the way of those dashes, that Silas dash, but Yike looking once again, the stun connects.
Chain of Corruption going down onto Niski. There's Shield of Daybreak, and pop goes the Nico. Taken out once again, that's
gonna die. And so Yike is now in that position.
Oh, here we go. There's a TP going back towards the top lane. Nako is immediately met with a Fist of Justice. The Equalizer down as well. There's a cease and desist. And Nako will fall. A bit of a greedy
crucial spikes, and as Hysteric said last week, Chayak basically at full build, just needs those Zerka's Greaves and he's basically good to go.
Oh, Fate Sealed, cease and desist, gonna chase him underneath the tower. There's a flash up, Skondap ducked into a counter Fate Sealed. As Vladdy picks up the fourth for Carmine Corp. Now Kalist and Targumans have to survive. Pop Blossom flashes forward, Kalist stunned into the wall even after his flash and his cleanse. Good dive from Vitality. Linces channels up the helicopter but walks away with it. Kazi using the Killer Instinct for a bit of a shield as Carmine Corp are able to defend the side tower earlier on. Nako as well with the Riftmaker trading in. Niski caught out, Zenith Blade. Tries to get away. Good keeper's verdict onto Targumus. Linces goes in with the stun as well. Pop Blossom from Vladdy. Stolen away. The counter pop from Niski, where he's the one that goes down first. He's an assist for the chase down onto Shayak, who tried to jump the wall but couldn't escape. Targumus still chasing into him as Shayak is taken out by Kalist. Carmine Corp come on top.
I'm not much of a reader myself.
You're just not going to pick a book.
No.
You could pick solo leveling as Yike is getting picked in the Rift Herald pit. Doesn't have a chance to get out of there. Now Rift Herald started up by Vitality. Carmine Corp, I think, were playing for the mid wave, and Yike was just caught out by himself. Yep. With the Rift Herald charging in. That will be first tower of the game over to Vitality. Kalist has to flash away from Niski, and oh my god, he missed everything! The Killer Instinct in! Okay, Kalist was feeling himself, but
you kind of need to win a fight, or you need to cross-map in order to secure these objectives. Linces has spotted Kalist out.
Flash, looking for the knock into the wall, cleanse away. Keeper's Verdict coming out as well. But now Linces is on the wrong side of the rift, collapsed on alongside Niski. There's a Shield of Daybreak. Kalist survives well. Vitality lose 2 for deigning to kill Kalist.
It was a very overforced play.
Yeah.
The fact that Linces also didn't even connect the stun, Kalist reacts with the cleanse regardless, but the reality is that there were only 2 members, proper follow-up wasn't there. Vitality thought that they'd found a pick, but ultimately they fell prey to the aggression of KC themselves, looking to be another Adakan secure. That could have been a window where maybe they converted it into the bot tower, but instead looking for the longer-term prize of the Adakan.
And we see how many petals as well they get from it up at the top of the mini-map. Vladdy going in with the Pop Blossom here. There's a good amount of damage. Oh, prediction on the timing for Chayak to bounce back to his soul. Vladdy
towards the right to make it harder for him to get connected onto the wall. Oh, turn back to live. Quick, another action.
Decent assist onto Niski. There's the Pop Blossom out from him. Now Nako's here as well. Vladdy now diving in. Targumus trying to get across the wall, but can't get close enough to jump onto Niski. Nako looking for the needlework. Will just chip away at the Vladdy as he walks back to the wave.
Yeah, and I mean, Vladdy and Yike working together flawlessly this game. Ooh, Niski, very close. I think Vladdy didn't have any vision there. Was able to keep Niski alive. Is he just gonna die?
He's just dead! Kana knocked against the wall, but he manages to flash out. Targumus looking for the flank, the Solar Flame into the Equalizer. Good double keeper's verdict from Linces will keep himself alive for the moment, but he has to walk back over the fire to escape. Yike gets the kill. Vitality.
I mean, not much needed to break down there, really.
He got the root, though.
We're back to live.
He got the root onto Kana. Cease and desist onto Linces. He's dead now, you have to feel. as Yike will claim his 4th of the game. Chayek unbinds his soul and sees that his blue buff has been removed from the rift. To identify them, Targamas coming across, Kana a little bit pushed forward as Vitality have cut off the rest of his team. Nuka goes in, first needlework doesn't connect, but the second should. There's the equalizer. Kana though has a stopwatch and Targamas jumps with Kazi. Cleanse away from Kazi. Kana down first. Targamas looking for the solar flame, but Kazi has the fancy beat on Yike caught with a fate seal. Pop Blossom coming out as well. As Targamas goes down, Vitality are going to get 3 out of this, and they don't lose a man. Kalist and Vladdy unable to respond in time.
KC, by reacting to keep their top laner alive, end up handing over 3 kills to Vitality and an exposed dragon. No jungler alive, but Vladdy, he's feeling himself.
He's got the killer instinct. Pop Blossom, in fact, was the one he stole away. He gets in, Niski's down, the Drake's still there as well. Oh, they've just done it! They've deleted them in front of their home crowd. 4-0 from those petals, 33 for them right now. Baron has been begun. Vitality looking to challenge. Niski has no flash to get in here with the Pop Blossom, and they turn on him immediately. He will use his ultimate, but to no avail. The dive onto Chayek. He face seals out, and Vladdy follows him. Man, this guy is on absolute fire right now. Even tried to have Skondab dug back onto Chayek. Now has that Zhonya's. Still has 10 stacks on his Dark Seal. Blue on the menu as he jumps onto Niski. Steadfast Presence coming out. The Pop Blossom used purely to disengage, and the re-engage comes out. Let's put the Nico on the bench, eh? Let's put him on.
Niski's had some pretty good plays.
Oh,
this
there've been
game,
some good moments.
KC they have been merciless with their aggression. Vladdy on the flank has the Nico ult himself.
He's in prime position to jump in.
He's waiting for the Lince's W to be used.
Pop Blossom! Abscondab ducked onto Kazi, and even though he's knocked away, Kazi is sent packing. Chayek trying to get in, Vladdy just catching the wave. He knows that the only keepers of justice here are Carmine Corp. 22-7 now at the 29-minute mark.
It's another slaughter with another great engage.
Nagnako, no.
He's trying to get something, but
What's he trying to get? Maybe trying to get Kalist, can't quite do it. Kalist survives.
He was down close.
He was close. He was close.
Kalist gonna have to go back to base with that one. Vitality do not have the numbers to contest.
So Mortal Kombat.
There's no.
Can you remember the Mortal Kombat theme song? I can't remember it at all.
Actually, it is in my head. That is not it.
I know.
That's the Pink
I told you I
Panther
could. Really good as the support to be like, huh, I was hiding in the bush all along. Here I am. Drake has been started. Ooh, dodge there from the Void Seeker, but Kalist, oh, he gets it! He kills off Nagnako. Almost dead himself, but he survives. Kazi, Vladdy, he was invisible, Vladdy! You gotta stop doing this, Vladdy! It's incroyable from Vladdy! He's built a wall and he's making Vitality pay for it. That wall is damn blue today for Carmine Corp.
Kill after kill. The flashing from Yike
just keeps going. The equalizer as well on Linces. He can flash away, but I don't think even the safety of his base remains to him anymore. Carmine Corp gets soul. They win the kill. They get an ace. They win the fight, and they should take the base of Vitality.
Nothing but a slaughter from KC. There was one good fight from Vitality, but it was not enough.
I mean, that's a demolition. The explosiveness of Carmine Corp over the last 3 minutes or so was a delight to behold. And in front of their home crowd as well, Vedi. You can hear the cheers for them.
10-0-10 for Vladdy. Just a monster performance. He got a Medjai's at the end. 24 stacks is how he finished it.
What better way to go to a short break, Vedi? We'll be right back after this.
Can create some cool effects. And Casey's composition is quite good at that. It is rather good at that. Rel ultimate would be really bad for his bot lane. So by doing this, he's in a position to cover his camps, and he's in a position to protect from the dives. I'll flash in.
Flash, Shadowing Strike, double stun, double knock as well. Kazi low down to half HP, and now has nowhere to go. The Hounds will chase him down. Niski heals, trying to run away from Yike, who eviscerates him, but only down to half HP. Niski able to escape. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Kana down to half.
Finding more harassment.
So the question for Carmine Corp is, do you bail them out or do you continue to play? Stun there on Nagnako. Linces flashes forward to get in range for the audacious charge, and Kana has no place to go. Linces gets Vitality on the board.
Nice gank from Linsus. He flashed the game. Of course, Kalist still finds himself with a small gold lead for now, but the fact that Linsus finds that gank in the top lane, the poke damage that's coming through onto Kalist.
Oh, Vladdy. We thought maybe it would be Yike going for the gank, but it's Vladdy instead. Niski does still have the flash here. Vladdy, Niski's out of vision, but Vladdy flashes forward. The Rune Prison enough. He chucked out the Flux and took down Niski. Now the crash down from Targamas as they look for Kazi as well, who has the flash, who has the barrier. Vladdy gets him main for the Rune Prison. Targamas looking for the CC, just baiting Kazi in. Remounts, Kazi's down, Targa gets the kill.
A massive the Vitality bot lane becoming the target for Casey in this series, and Yike uses that as an opportunity to set his sights onto top lane, looking for another cover.
Lightning Maelstrom out, and Nako still stunned underneath the tower. Doesn't go Mega in time. Yike gets the kill. And that was a very...
Is that the grubs are going to be secured, but this means that Yike can threaten a dive.
Hound's Pursuit onto Kazi. There's the Realm Walk back in from Vladdy as well, and Kazi has the flash. Vladdy can't quite... Oh! Kalist cancelled it! He cancelled it, Vladdy! Kalist just cancelled it! Out from Chayek down towards this bottom lane tier 2. Maybe looking to contest around this red buff. Niski spotted on Vision. Yike, oh, just a bit early on the smite, and it's Linsus who secures the red. Blast Cone, oh, Magnustorm in the Blast Cone forward from Carmine Core into the middle of 3. Chayek falling low, Kazi in the midst of them all as Yike flashes away, but Niski gets the kill. And now the curtains open, they might close on Carmine Core. They blasted in and then blasted back off to the fountain. Kalist follows suit, and just as we say, the
major items are now being completed. Kazi still a ways away from the Collector.
Shadowing Strike coming out, there's the Weaver's Wall follow-up, and you can see with the Crescent Guard down, where you're gonna go, Targamas knocked back, jumps into the wall and taken out by Vitality.
A little bit too early on the bot side of the map, and we'll see how much it ends up costing them as...
Hana probably thinks he has lethal there. Slicing Maelstrom out, Nako still has the flash, but look at how much damage is already in the back of that. Nah, that was very...
Vitality answer.
I think Kana's ultimate comes up just as this fight begins. So the question is, do Vitality have the timer on that? Seismic shot back on Targamas. Realm Walk coming in. There's the curtain call. Targamas able to flash away behind Yike. Bullet time in as well, but the Crescent Guard stops it from Linsus, who flashes the wall himself. Yike falling low. Linsus the first to go down, though, as Yike is able to dodge away. Seismic shot from the Vladdy will take him down. Now a Weaver's Wall forward as Kana goes back in with a slicing Maelstrom and absolutely nukes Niski. Now it's in for Kazi off towards the top side. Chayek able to get a kill. Kana locked up by Nako against the wall. Kazi will kill him off. It's a triple for Chayek. Kana hit with a wallop. Kalist was able to kill off the enemy mid right at the last moment. But in the end, it's a fight here anymore. You can see Kalist having to step up. Dragon started by Vitality. Targamas out of vision in the bush. Seismic shove dodged by Kana. No flash on him, but does have that slicing Maelstrom. Targamas has no flash either. Nako goes in. There's the Gnar back. Slicing Maelstrom only used on one. Double wallop, double stun. Double seismic shove. The Magnustorm comes out, but it's too little, too late. Yike knocked against the wall. He'll kill off Nako, but there's no escape for him. It's 4 for 1 for Vitality.
Exceptional patience from Vitality throughout that entire Dragon. It was such a great response in terms of your ability to disengage and poke. The Arakan Ace started off 3.5k HP.
Yike can just go in here, call to the pack, look for the seal, can't get it. Smited by Linsus, Yike has to flash away. The chase continues though, and there's the root, there's the Gnar, and there's Yike going down. Another 2 Vitality, 69. Goes into the pit, unseen by Vitality. They'll get a little bit of vision. Vladdy trying to bait Vitality forward here. Yike doing the same. Targamas goes in. There's a Magnustorm slicing Maelstrom, but they're only going to catch onto one. Nako the next target. He's down to half. Who pops before he can go into the Mega Gnar. And Carmine Corp have come to fight in this team fight. Kana goes down. 3 members of KC going forward as Kazi immediately flashes away. Vladdy opens up, chucking out spell blocks after spell blocks, but he's the one that falls first. A double for Kazi. Goes down after, in the end, a 3-for-2 exchange.
It's still a close fight, but Casey find the fight.
Everyone's in the bot lane, guys. Let's just do the bam and bullet time to open it up. And immediately, Carmine Corp, oh, Kana! He baits everyone down. The Weaver's Wall coming out as Vitality want to take the fight afterwards. Nako doesn't have a TP. He stays towards the bottom side. There's a slicing Maelstrom. him! He doesn't need Flash to get in the back line! Come up here! I have a bit of electricity for you, says Kana. Chases in, lands the stun onto Shayak as Targamas dives forward. Tanks the tower, the Hounds pursue them! Linces will find one, but he dives back into his demise! And it's all gone tipsy-turvy! It's all gone on its head for Vitality! As KC get the Baron, get 3 kills, and are looking for an inhib.
It's such a rookie mistake by Vitality to send your jungler bot with the Baron available and no way to answer. KC may even be looking to end the game.
Kazi's up in 9. I don't know. Is this greedy from KC?
Yes, it is.
First Nexus Tower, their target. Vladdy coming in. He'll land the root on Nako. Kazi begins to open up. Kalist is down. 1, 2. Oh, just out of range for Yike and Vladdy. Nako still chasing forward. Vladdy able to sidestep Nako's boulder, but the chase continues. Yike has a blast cone there to get away if he needs it. Vladdy has one as well and should be able to get to the wall just in time to escape the claws of Nako.
My goodness. The Baron. Not a terrible play, because it's going to make it very difficult for KC to get back. They do, of course, have the Rise ultimate. They're going to use it to look for a pick.
They go in onto Niski. Hounds pursue. He's rooted with the Rune Prison, and that prison will be his grave. Tier 2 falls in the mid lane for Vitality. They get what they were looking for. Baron up in 8 seconds' time.
It's KC that have position. You'll notice that it's completely dark on the top side of the map.
Weaver's Wall flash forward from Linces, looking for Targamas. He'll find him. Stopwatch from Shayak. Magnus Storm from Targamas doesn't really do too much, nor does the bullet time. Linces going back in, corner the pack, out from Yike, but he almost dies, has to flash the wall. Nako going for Vladdy, slicing Maelstrom only onto Nako, who flashes away himself. He's rooted and stunned up. Good long range deadly flourish from Kazi, catches Kana but can't take him down. A 1-for-1, a 2-for-1, in fact, the exchange as Yike died towards the top side. Not quite sure how that happened.
Yeah, I thought that he'd flashed away into the red pit and gotten away to safety.
Yeah, same.
But I think Kazi's ultimate is actually what finished him off. So with the jungler gone, this Baron now becomes a real threat for KC. Vitality
Kana TP.
Does have it available. He's committed it. The fog
Seismic shove onto Vladdy. Has the Seraphs. Just enough shielding to keep him alive for now, but not when Kazi begins to open up. Kazi now 9, 4, and 8 on this Jhin. Targamas back alive, has the flash. Magnet Storm on its way back up.
So much time is being spent kind of controlling the river. Kazi, remember, on this Jhin isn't the fastest Baron taker either. And with the Yike on his way, it's just going to be kills for Vitality. Or do I have to? Yep, I will have to hold my breath as Vitality's going to start
Monge
this one off.
those words, Vedi. Monge them good. And Vitality have decided this is the time to play the Baron. TP comes in, throw water to the back of the pit. No flash for Kana. Yike still a while away. We need to get there quicker, but can't get in range in time. Vitality secure the Baron. 3 minutes with the buff, 40 seconds on the next Ocean Drake.
Cut it close, but they do secure it.
Pocket belt is a dash, and so he was stunned during that dash, meaning he couldn't chase any further. Really nice stuff as Vitality are giving up the Ghost on the Drake. They know it's only the 3rd for Carmine Corp. Carmine Corp accepting the exchange of top inhib for a Dragon. You've seen taking an inhib doesn't win you the game, but the top wave, no supers there. Someone could be in the back of the pit. Vladdy, oh, they're looking for it. They're looking for the Realm Walk combo. Vladdy and Kana going in, but Targamas is caught. Bullet times opens up. There's the curtain call. Weaver's Wall out. Kana goes in with a slicing Maelstrom, only onto Nako. Targamas caught towards the top side. Nako knocks 2 into the wall. Kazi flashes forward and 1's down already. Yike almost the second to fall. He's able to run away from Nako. The Drake secured by Kalist. KC lose 2, but do manage to get the soul. Yike spotted out in the pit. Will he get away in time? Niski's going to chase Targamas. Kalist will get back. Niski a little bit too deep here, you got to feel. Uses the Manjin in a flame. He buys a lot of time. Double TPs in. 8 seconds before Yike and Targamas are back. Kalist has no bullet time to clear the wave. There are mites here as well, but they make it rain enough. Yike and Targamas now here to join their comrade in arms. The GA popped. The wave under the tower, enough. The wall-up hits. Nako goes in. Double Gnar from him. There's the stopwatch we were talking about into the cyclist job. And Vitality have done it. They fought back and they'll even out the series against Carmine Corp at 1-1.
An incredibly hard-fought battle from Vitality. from a catch into a throw into another catch themselves. They held strong and they outperformed Casey in the final fight. They managed Kana's Kennen well. Their target selection was good, and they're bringing us to game 3.
Crazy credit to Naknako in that game as well. For Niski and Kazi.
I feel like this is like a Season 3 bot lane.
Yeah, it's like Gatling Gun here. Tidecaller's Blessing. Sweet. Just water bullets, I guess. That's right.
Okay.
And then they made it all arcane-y.
Yep.
So it's Arcane Storm now instead of Chaos Storm. As Niski has to flash. A couple of auto attacks here. Kazi falling low as well. Cleanse away from Kalist. Kazi stunned, immediately cleanses himself. Targamas now doesn't have a flash and doesn't have a leg to stand on. Targamas dies to Niski.
And that's a first blood draw.
Manages to get it. Linces all the way on the top side of the map. Just picked himself up.
But I don't think he did it on the Nami. In any case, right now we have Linces hovering bots.
Oh, here we go. Glacial Prison. Well, it's going to get a slow on Targamas. There's the Aqua Prison as well as they manage to kill off the Braum. Grand Starfall in by Yike. Niski needs to work on that positioning. He's caught out a 1-for-1 exchange of support.
I mean, in his defense, he had no flash.
Is answered at least by Yike getting a kill for himself with the Grand Starfall in. He gets Carmine Corpse first on the board. Kana going in here. Grandmaster's Might being used. Niski in the right position to force out Kana's flash, and now the chase continues for Naknako. Good leap strike away. Naknako won't be able to get in range. Yike and Targamas on their way across. Naknako no flash. Niski does have his backup. Flash from Yike past the Aqua Prison. Naknako down. Yike gets his second. Niski unable to help his top laner any further. 10 seconds away, Betty.
Lensis choosing not to reset after grubs. He did his red into his bot camps. Now he's going to be in position as everyone arrives.
Naknako with the World Ender. There's a Grand Starfall. Niski, the bubble a mile wide from anything, really. Niski goes down. TP in from Shayak, but no CC to lock him up before he jumps away. He brings down a star. It's more of a damp squid than anything else. Targamas locked up with a Glacial Prison, though, and doesn't have the opportunity to move before he is felled by Vitalis.
A nice response from Vitality, what was an initial pick. I think really going to be converted. So an interesting game where it's just simply a matter of kills, trading back and forth. Objective very even. The stun, very close. Is this a dive though? I think it is.
I don't even think it needs to be a dive, Betty. Giant Quartz back into the Arcane Storm. Vladdy gets the kill. As Yike had the CC. Linces looking for Yike across the wall here. Aegis Assault is a lot, but that's a Heart Steel stack onto Yike. Gravity Well coming down. Linces flashing forward for a little bit more. Niski flashes in as well. Lands the bubble. Shut down for Linces. Targamas coming across, but great realization from Linces that he can win out that.
Linces does in fact win this.
Yep.
Continue to move their bot lane to where they feel it's the safest, even if it gets them a small advantage. Admittedly, right now, the goal... Kana.
That's a bait. Glacial Prism going in. Linces going there. Glacial Fisher coming out. Kana flashed away from the Q3 and gets the auto off just in time. Grand Starfall down. Yike and Targamas now need to retreat because Linces is here alongside Niski. Permafrost into the Aqua Prison. Targamas trying to turn it back around onto Linces, and they both dodge the play of the Northern Winds, but Linces has got one. They're looking for the melee autos here. The Aqua Prison lands again. Yike, though, will get a counter kill, and now we'll try and chase down Niski. Does he have the mana to do much? Niski sidesteps. Prison just short of the bubble. Doesn't connect, but
Niski's gonna get him.
Tidecaller's Blessing isn't enough. Yike, he gets him. Ebb and Flow. Ebb and No for Yikers. Niski
Caught in the river. Oh, that was actually quite a close fight, but Chayak just picks up another kill.
Oh, Yike goes in. Niski.
That was spearfishing done right.
I'm going to say that's how you don't use the tidal wave, right? There's a Pantheon in my face. Drake begun by Carmine Corp.
Admittedly, the flash was...
Glacial Fisher available.
Targamas looks very squishy with these items right now.
TP, but it's already gone, no? Rift Tower secured. Chayak has the Skies Descend, that empowered ultimate, but no place to use it. Glacial Prison going out onto Vladdy. There's the tidal wave follow-up. Yike trading towards the top side, and Naknako will keep him in the midst of the fight. Yike's gonna fall. So Vitality do find one out of using that teleport.
At the very least, they get a pick. But it doesn't really convert into... Thank you for that rendition.
Oh, it was solid, right? Okay, so what have we got? Well, we've got Targum flashing onto Kazi. Flash follow, cleanse from Kazi to try and get away, but there's no escape for him.
Nice flash there by Targamas. I don't think Artican is that big of a deal. That's my take on it.
You say that to his mum.
Okay.
His mum loves him.
Okay.
His whole,
I didn't say
whole
that he
world.
wasn't doing his best.
That he's not that. Okay, well, let's lock back in, Vedi. Okay? We're 22 minutes in, and Kazi is being caught out. And Kazi is dead. Niski, short to follow. As Targamas and Kalist begin to open up, the sky is distend. Targamas trying to get away from the Inferno. Jason will stand beside Kalist. Now Linsus running for the hills as Kana doesn't quite have the leap strike range to get on towards the Vitality jungler. Pings down towards the bot lane tier 2 as KC realize they can play on 2 lanes at once, but it looks like they just want to crack this mid tier 2. Vladdy and Targamas stepping forward. Kalist taking the long route away. Linsus here, will dash in. Is there any follow-up from KC? Chayak going forward, there's the glacial outside the gravity well. Onto Linsus, follow-up from Yike and Kalist now on a killing spree. 3 quick kills out of this exchange for the dog. Kana gets, as much as you say Artican isn't as big of a deal these days, I agree with you generally, but you can see 35 petals now for KC. That's a lot of extra experience they've been able to gain. Unbreakable coming out from Targamas. Fisher splits the uprights. Niski going in as well as Naka tries to dive onto Kalist on the back line. Needs another auto attack to take down the dog, and he won't get him. Kalist survives. And now the collapse continues from KC. The Arcane Storm on Chayak, he has to flash away from it. Only Linsus and Chayak left alive.
The mechanics from Kalist as KC set their sights on the Baron and look to claim firm grasp over game 3.
It's going to be 9k in gold when they get that Baron. Have another look at this. Targamas gets in, jumps on Kalist as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and so that's why he chooses not to cleanse. And that was crucial because Atrial Tower, as well Kana in mid lane. I mean, Vitality just don't have the wave clear needed to defend their base.
No, man down as well right now as Nuko pushed through the bot side. Kana goes in, lands the stun onto Shayak. They're looking for the follow-up. Skies descend. Does manage to get the knock-up on a couple of members of Carmine Corp, but not much doing there for Shayak. It was more defensive than anything else. Now, Carmine Corp did push too greedily in game 2 and cost themselves the game in the end. Targamas now dashing forward, singularity onto Kalist. Nuko going in, but he's stunned immediately as Kalist goes unstoppable. Carmine Corp still a man to the good. Kalist down at half HP though. Have a huge amount of life here. There's a Grand Starfall as they dive towards the back line. Linsus flashing away, but the Nexus towers go down. And in sub 30 minutes, Carmine Corp will take the series on home ground.
A single good fight in the mid lane was all they needed to close this one out. A small mistake from Kazi, thinking he had caught Kalist in the mid lane, ended in disaster as Kalist pops off. Yike's aggression is untempered and Targamas keeps his team alive. 12k gold is the advantage to round things out. KC start the weekend off with a win.
I'd be very happy with that overall as well. For Vladdy, 2 games in this series without deaths. Went 10-0, 10, 1-0, 5.